welcome back to another episode of Scotty Vlogs. I'll probably just edit some music in there instead of that. Anyways, welcome back. I'm Scott from ScottyTheNJMedium.com. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about the Shanley Hotel. Boom, boom, boom. I'm going to pull up their website, so you're going to hear some clicking and clicking and clacking on my old school Intel computer here. And we're going to talk about the Very Haunted Shanley Hotel. Not the Holiday Inn, I'll tell you that. Of course, if you've been following me and my page and you've been following along on YouTube, I've been there one time. It was an incredible night. It was awesome. I collected a ton of awesome, could I say paranormal activity, paranormal evidence? I could say that. So I'm gonna. Paranormal, supernatural, unexplainable, yes. Coincidental, some of it. Interesting beyond belief. Why are we going to talk about it now? Because October 5th, in the very near future, I'm going there. And I'm going there with Mike Dolan and Brian McCauley of the Demon Files. And what's the coolest? They've never been there. That's right, one of the most haunted locations on the East Coast. And I'm bringing two OG paranormal investigators with me to the Shanley Hotel. And we're going to be celebrating. The owners there have had it for 1 year starting October 5th. They have done a ton of work on this place. You may have seen it featured on paranormal shows such as Ghost Adventures. You might remember one of the most compelling stories there is the little girl who fell down the well in front of the Shanley Hotel. And her spirit has been said to roam around the hotel. Did I come in contact with her? I'm not sure. I can't say that I did, but I can't say I didn't either. It was a really wild time. If you've ever been there, leave a comment down below and tell me about your night there. Have you ever heard of the Shanley Hotel? If you haven't, you're gonna now. So, the Shanley Hotel, obviously, as it sounds, is a hotel. And it's really amazing just where it is. It's in upstate New York, and it is just one of those places that you drive through this town and there's like something on the left of you and something on the right, some houses, some old stuff. There's a monument that I saw for something that happened out there, like a gas station, like a laundromat, and then you start coming down the road, this little 2-lane road, and then this big white building jumps out at you. And across from the big white building is a big brick building, which I think is apartments now. But if I had to put money on it, it was probably some kind of penitentiary or some other kind of place where they put not great people at some point in time. So what I'm going to do here is I'm on thehauntedShanleyHotel.com, and I clicked on to the little tab that says the history, and let me tell you, they've done a wonderful job of putting this website together, okay? And we're going to talk about it real brief. I'm just going to go and run through it. So it says it's nestled in the foothills of Shawagunk Mountains in the small town of Napanoch, New York. Within the quiet streets, it holds treasure for both the weary traveler and the paranormal enthusiast. That's us. The Haunted Shanley Hotel. This historic bed and breakfast has boasted several famous guests, as well as a few infamous ones that used to patronage the Gentleman's Club and Bordello. Yes, there is a Bordello there. It's not active anymore, guys. I'm sorry. It's not active for us living folks. However, if you're a paranormal investigator, it is super active. I personally had a really interesting thing happen up there. I got what I can only explain as a mild, slight shoulder injury. I felt like somebody dug a hot knife into my back for about 5 minutes, and then it subsided. So if you're afraid of that kind of stuff, or if that's too extreme, don't go to that part of the hotel. And you can avoid it. You don't have to walk through it if you don't want to. But if you are a true enthusiast and paranormal investigator, that is one of the places that I would definitely tell you to go check out. Okay, let's get back to this. A few of the guests have never left and still linger in the corridors, waiting to greet newcomers and welcome back returning guests, which is going to be me. I'm so stoked. The hotel was built in 1845 by Thomas Rich, and he put the hotel together, and he built it, and it was called Rich's Hotel on Main Street. So that's really neat. Um, let's see here. We'll scroll down a little bit. It changed hands a few times. Purchased in 1887 by a guy named Adolf Wagner. He became the new landlord. Then in 1895, it caught fire. Ooh, that's sad. It burned down at one point. The Shanley Hotel was not spared the damage and was tragically burned to the ground. Ooh. Then it got rebuilt very quickly in November of this same year, so that nobody was wasting any time up there. That's crazy. So let's see. We'll go through here. Let's see. Beatrice is one of the spirits, I believe, that you can communicate with in there. She's one of the hotel owners at some point in time. They gave birth, it looks like, in the hotel. Oh boy. Yeah, you're going to have to go check this out because there is a lot of history to go through. And this is all on the HauntedShanleyHotel.com. Go and read up on it, because one of the most important things that we talk about when it comes to paranormal activity and hauntings is the amazing history that a place would have. And I read about 2 seconds of it, and you can already tell that there's things going on. And I'm a firm believer in the earth. Just sometimes we build things in places, and the earth just naturally is energetic there and just lends to the tragedy, and it also lends to the activity that continues after the people who have lived there have passed. And that seems to be what's happening here at the Shanley Hotel. Remember, October 5th, 2019, you can catch myself, Scotty the NJ Medium, with Brian McCauley and Mike Dolan of the Demon Files at the Shanley Hotel. We're going to be celebrating the 1-year ownership in the new chapter of this haunted hotel there. Okay, let's go check out the next thing. Let's go over to the haunted rooms tab. You ready? Click, click. Let's check it out. Let's see what the haunted rooms are. I stayed in one of them, and I'll tell you what, I'm a paranormal investigator. I am a psychic medium. I've been in some really scary, unnerving places, and I could not sleep all the way in the room that I was in. It was really, like, unnerving. It was like I had somebody watching me the entire night. So let's see. We'll talk about some of the haunted rooms. We have Anna's room. We have Maddie's room and Rosie's room. All of those rooms are up in the Bordello area. We have the Roosevelt room, Oscar Grover room, the Rose room, the Silent room. That sounds cool. Here's the one I slept in, called Marguerite's room. Very comfortable bed, by the way. Good job on whoever picked out the mattress. If it was in a regular hotel, I probably would have slept like a baby, to be honest with you. Then we have Esther's room, the gentleman's quarters. Now, the gentleman's quarters was a really interesting place because they have several beds, I think 6, and it's set up sort of like a dormitorium. And back in the day, it wasn't a bedroom. It was just a big area where gentlemen would gather and they'd play cards and drink whiskey and smoke cigars and all that kind of cool stuff men used to do back in the day. And the new owners converted it into more sleeping quarters, and I think it's really awesome. It's a really active room. We had some really interesting equipment interactions in there, so I think that was really awesome. So if you have the chance to check that out when you get there, which you will, because it's a big room, and it's really a fun room. And let me tell you something, at nighttime, when you turn the lights out in this hotel, like, the lights are off. There's zero that you could see anywhere. It's crazy. So those are the bedrooms. Those are the haunted places that you could sleep. Okay? But then we're going to talk about the basement. That's right, the basement. It is, without a doubt, one of the most haunted basements ever in the history of basements being haunted, in my opinion. I heard a disembodied voice. I captured it. You can check that out on YouTube. Go to, if you're on my channel right now, just scroll down till you see the Very Haunted Shanley Hotel. And it's a couple minutes in. I walked down a set of stairs with a couple other investigators. and I scroll my camera across a handwritten note on a door that says "Do not enter." And as I do that, this very microphone that I'm talking on right now picked up a voice that said, "Do not enter." And I heard it loud and clear in my ear. And as I turned around, it's all on film. There's nobody within several feet of me, and they're all preoccupied talking to each other and not even paying attention to me. I jumped, I said a bad word, which I bleeped out, and that was the disembodied voice. Later on, I got told about a white mist that appears in the basement that people have seen. And upon reviewing my vlogging evidence, I caught a white mist prior to anybody even talking about the white mist that I didn't see with my own eyes, but the camera picked it up. You can check that out. We heard some laughing inside of the, what do they call that? Where they stack all the bodies. And they used to do that in the back in the day. I'm having a mind slip right now, but it's not a big deal. You know what I'm talking about, where they stack all the bodies in the winter because the ground is so frozen. So the hotel has a room like that, and it's completely slipping my mind what it's called. But in any case, we heard some giggling in there, some laughing, and that got caught on audio. And then also, I was there with the PARS team from PARSinvestigations.com. They had an SLS camera, and they were picking up a stick figure, and we got it to several times give me a high five, the stick figure. So that was a really interesting interaction at the time. Then, as we were leaving the basement, I scrolled across that "Do Not Enter" sign again, and I didn't hear a disembodied voice this time, but I heard upon the replay an EVP that said, "Keep going." So something was actively watching me and paying attention, and not just to me, to everybody in the basement. And they were like, "Get going, let's go, get out." They didn't want us down in their space. And there's an alleged portal down there. It's down this weird like tunnel that goes to nowhere. You can check that out on the vlog. It was really interesting. So that is a part of the experience that I had. And there's a third floor where there's no converted bedrooms yet, but I'm sure there will be in the future. And up there is, oh man, it was such like a weird feeling. It made you feel off balance the entire time. There's allegedly some children up there, which I'm going to bring some trigger objects with us on this investigation for the next, and some of my own kids' toys, and see if we can come up with anything. And then there was a woman who hung herself, and a prison guard who died up there. I think he got shot through a window or something. Just like all kinds of crazy stuff happened here. So it is just a hotbed for paranormal activity. And I thought that I would take, a couple minutes and talk about this place and get everybody up to speed on this Shanley Hotel, founded in 1845. So think about how long that place has been around. A pretty long time, right? 1845 to 2019 now. And the storied history. They have like a hitman spirit walking around. He's a jerk or something. And then they have like the little girl ghost walking around, and whatever it is that hurt me, stabbed me in the back, or whatever happened there. Like, that's just some crazy stuff that we can't explain. And that's part of the paranormal activity, right? That's part of the supernatural. It's part of the fun, but also, like, this is a really great place to go if you've never experienced the paranormal, which was the case with one of the gentlemen that I was on. It was on my team when I was investigating the hotel the first time. He had never experienced any paranormal, and here he is hanging out with me, and we're catching all this really cool evidence. So I think that even if it didn't change his mind about there maybe being paranormal out there, it sure gave him a little bit more perspective on the fact that there sure could be other things out there. So anyways, that's going to be it for this. This is just a quick one on talking about the Shanley Hotel. Go check it out. I'll give you their website one more time so you can go, whether you come with us or not. Again, it's an active hotel, so if you just like history and you don't really believe in the paranormal, I guess you could stay there if you want. It would be fun just to check it out. It's called thehauntedShanleyHotel.com, and Shanley is spelled Shanley. If you just type it into Google, Haunted Shanley or Shanley Hotel, either way you do it, their website will pop right up. You can check it out for yourself. It is super cool. Anyways, I'm Scott from ScottyTheNJMedium.com. You can check me out here on YouTube with my podcast and my vlogs and my little videos that I do. You can also check me out on Instagram and Facebook, and of course on my webpage, scottydthenjmedium.com. If you haven't yet, hit the like button, tap the old subscribe button, and if you don't want to miss any episodes from me, hit the old bell down there, bing bong, and they'll send you an email anytime I upload something. This is going to be a ton of fun. We have a lot of cool stuff. Halloween's coming, so we're going to be doing some fun vlogs, and I'm going to have some guests with us. We're doing it big. We're going to have a good time. Thanks for joining us. I appreciate you listening. I hope you learned a little something about the Shanley Hotel and why I think it's so cool. And again, when you're done with this, I'm going to leave a little link up in the description, and I'm going to leave a little link right here at the end for you to just click on, and it'll bring you right to the vlog that I'm talking about, and you can check it out. All right, cool. All right, awesome. Thanks for joining me. Stay spooky. I'll see you on the next one. Nice talking to you. Bye.